Okay, a very good morning to Mr. Tan, and it's my honor. We can do the interview for my intercultural management assignment. So, today I have a few questions to ask you since you are working at Asian country, Singapore, and I bet the working culture and environment there is different, and also maybe some were similar to Malaysia and some may be different from Malaysia. Okay, so that's a few questions I'm gonna to ask, and you can just give me the response based on your experience, anything you have faced, you have learned over there. Okay. So basically, it's 10 questions, and it's related to your working environment and also culture management over there. And without further ado, would you want to do some introduction about yourself?
Okay. Hi. Um,
Okay,
my
hi,
name is
Mr. Tan.
Mr. Tan.
Okay.
And, as you say, working in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask me any question that I can help you to answer it.
Okay. Is it really difficult there? A Malaysian work in Singapore?
Um, it's a bit different, but not so.
A bit
Um,
different lah.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah, since Singapore is nearest to Malaysia, right? And also the working environment there, I think is slightly different lah, slightly different, but also similar to working culture since we have the hierarchy, right, in the Asian country. All right,
yeah.
so okay, without further ado, we can just proceed to the interview question. So first of all, the question is, could you possibly tell me about like your professional role in your experience working with people from different culture backgrounds? Since Malaysia and Singapore, their working culture maybe have some different about it.
Okay. Um, in my experience, I work in a professional environment in Singapore.
Mm.
Um, where I regularly interact with people from different cultural backgrounds. Singapore is a multicultural country with people from various ethnicities, nationalities, and cultural backgrounds.
Mm.
In my work, I communicate with Singaporeans, Malaysians, Indians, Chinese, and other international colleagues or clients. And because of this, I have learned that people may have different expectations regarding communications, hierarchy, teamwork, and decisions making. So I think working in this environment has helped me become more flexible and aware of how the culture can influence workplace behavior.
Mm.
Okay,
So basically, you meet three races of people there lah. Yeah, same like Malaysia here. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like you mentioned, that's hierarchy and also the communication different over there. All right. So, okay, we proceed to the question two. Can you describe a memorable situation where cultural difference affected your work or communication? Like experience that you face and really give you a huge impact.
Um, okay. As I remember, go one situation is involved a team discussion where people had different communication style. And because some colleagues were very direct and openly expressed their disagreement, and while others were more indirect and preferred to communicate their concerns in a polite or subtle way. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
At first, the direct communication seemed a little aggressive to some team members. Well, the indirect communications was seen as unclear by others, and This show me that the same message can be interpreted differently depending on a person's cultural backgrounds. Yeah.
Mm. So you mean when you start communication, if you go directly, some people will get it and they're really clear about what they're gonna to do. But some of the people they don't really like the direct communication since it like maybe a harsh message sent to them and they will feel like you like offended. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's a situation where mostly will happen in a working environment, but that's mostly in happen in Asian country, which they don't really prefer direct communication. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, understood. So for question three, what communication challenges have you experienced when working with people from different cultures?
Mm, okay. There's a one major challenge is that the people may have different expectations about how directly they should communicate. And because some people prefer to say exactly like what they think, while others is try to avoid direct disagreement in order to maintain
Mm,
harmony and avoid embracing someone.
mm,
And I think that language can also create challenge even when everyone is speaking English, right?
mm,
And in the different sense, expression and levels of confidence can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. So I have learned that effective communication requires patience and active listening.
mm. Yeah, exactly. Like some of the situation when you are too direct, people will feel like you are embarrassing him in front of a lot of people. But some of them they really wanted the direct communication since they want to know the real question behind it. Okay, that's one of the communication challenge. All right, so for question four, can you describe a time when you had to adapt your communication style? Like when you gonna to adapt your communication style and what situation?
Mm, I think there have been a situation where I had to change the way I communicate depending on the person I was speaking with. I forgot example. When
Mm,
communicating with someone who prefer a direct communication style, I became more specific and straightforward to them. So, however, when speaking with someone who prefer a more direct style, mm, I usually use a more polite and careful approach. I learned that
mm,
adapting my communication style does not mean changing who I am. Instead, it means finding a way to communicate effectively and respectfully with different people.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I got you. All right, so thanks for the response. Now we go to the question five. So basically how do you handle the misunderstanding caused by the cultural difference?
Mm, I'm trying not to immediately assume that the other person is being rude, uninterested, or uncooperative. Instead
Mm,
that, uh, I try to understand the situation from their cultural perspective, and I usually ask for clarification in a polite way and give the other person an opportunity to explain their intention. Um, I also try to communicate clearly and avoid making assumptions. So, based on my experience, there's a many cultural misunderstandings can be resolved through open communication and patience.
mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly true. Based on some people, if they don't prefer indirect communication, the way we speak, normally we have to be politely way and more manners. so people will not harsh feeling. And some of the people are maybe they really handle the straightforward message transferable, so they can avoid like misunderstanding, miscommunication like that. All right.
Yes, yeah,
How about
yes.
the next question? Okay, Mr. Tan. So, what cultural differences have you noticed in the Singaporean workplace? So, before that, we are Malaysian, right? So now you travel to Singapore. So, what basically cultural difference that really give you a huge impact that really different than Malaysia that you notice in Singaporean workplace?
Okay. In my way, I think that Singapore is a very multicultural environment. So I have noticed difference in communication styles, attitude towards hierarchy, decision making, and teamwork with them. And I saw some people may be more comfortable openly challenging ideas. Um, while others may prefer to show respect by avoiding direct disagreement with senior colleagues. There can also be differences in working habits and expectations. However, um, I think that Singapore multicultural environment also encourage people to become like more culturally aware and adaptable. Yes.
Mm, yeah, for some workplace, they do have some people they openly challenge the ideas, and some of them they really keep their mouth silent until you approach them one by one. Then only they will voice out what ideas and what opinion they have. Yeah, this is some of the employee which working environment and the culture they prefer. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
And I think that because I think that maybe they're shy to speak up. So
Yeah,
um,
some of the employee they really stay introverted. Like during the meeting, they don't really want to speak and don't really want to voice out the opinion since if their manager already start the decision. So maybe after that the manager approach him one by one, then only he or she will voice out their ideas and opinions according to the meeting purpose or anything maybe they don't briefly voice out in the meeting, I guess.
yeah, because they're less confident.
Yeah, so less confident also. All right. So for the next questions, can you share an experience like where your understanding of another culture help you achieve a better outcome?
Okay. Um, I would say
Mhm.
I once worked with someone who had a different communication style from mine. In Initially, I
Mm.
felt that the person was not very engaged because they did not openly express their opinions during discussion. Um, okay, however, I realized that they prefer to reflect carefully before sharing their views. Instead of pressuring them to answer immediately, I gave them more time and follow up later. As a result, they provide valuable ideas, and this experience taught me that silence does not always mean a lack of interest or knowledge. Um,
Okay. So is it the employee or your colleague that they scared of you, or they just not really want to voice out their opinion?
I think they are just not really want to voice out because maybe they are, yeah, as I say just now, maybe they are less confident, or maybe they are just like scared about their ideas. Is approval or not? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can tell. like pressuring to them is not the choices to make them to voice out their opinion. So instead of pressuring, maybe you can follow up later, or maybe you just ask them come to your office one by one like that. So they will prefer one by one speaking, because they don't really want to like as the hierarchy, like also in the Asian country as the hierarchy, they don't really want to offend the up up class manager or superior. They will stay quiet, I think. Like during the meeting, mostly of the candidates they stay quiet instead of just offended or voice out what really in their mind until you approach him one by one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, it's a really nice sharing, and I really appreciate about the time you have spared to this meeting, and I really appreciate that you have show up for my assignment meeting. So I think that's all for the question for today, and really thanks a lot for your time and also your contribution. Yeah, your guidance is much appreciated along the way finish my assignment. Thanks a lot, Mr. Tan.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.